Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to my live stream tonight. Anthony here for Friday, October's. Actually got 2 more weeks left here in October. For actually 1 week, as a matter of fact. So live tarot here. So just gonna see who is gonna be joining us tonight. All right, let's get this party started. Right. Well, hello, Universe Flower. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well. Hello, Roxy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I'm doing something a little bit different here. I actually want to try something out. I actually put uh, in the description below. It should be actually be there for you. And if you want to join me in the live stream and talk to me while I'm doing your tarot read, stuff like that, you're more than welcome to jump in. This is just a little test to see how this works out. So feel free to, if you're on your phone or if you're on your computer, go ahead and hit uh, that link there. And of course, I'll moderate it. Please keep your chat clean. And if you have a question, go ahead and jump on the video. We'll do your tarot read live, or just go ahead and ask your question right here in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Tonight, I'll be using the Mystic Monday Tarot deck. It's a really fascinating deck. It's very minimalistic artwork, one of my favorites. So, yeah, so it should be in the description, hopefully. Let me see if it is in there. I don't see it, though. Maybe if I refresh. I think you might have to refresh your browser. Oh, well, it's not showing up. But if it does show up for all of you, you are more than welcome to try it. So, this is going to be first come first serve, especially in the chat. I am going to pick it random. I usually have a system to help me keep track of the people coming in, but we're going to try to keep this clean and random. So, your question, please put at least your first name, your sign, and the full question. If you're going to be asking in regards to a partner or a second party along with yours, please make sure that you include their first name and the sign if you happen to know it, okay? All right. Let's see here. Can I do financial reads? Yeah, I can actually do some financial reads. And absolutely, you can ask a question. You just did. But yeah, so whoever wants to start first, go ahead and type in your first name, your sign, and of course your question. All right, so we got our first one right here. Monica, I do actually kind of remember you. It's been a while, and I do apologize for not doing this for for a long while because I've actually been on this fitness journey. It's been really incredible, trying to get my life back in order here. All right, so the question that we have here is, your name is Roxy, you're a son, and just want to know if money is coming. So let's go ahead and do a quick yes and no on that, all right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to switch to a different deck here. I'm going to actually be using my Everyday Tarot. It's a little bit of another minimalistic deck, but it's actually pretty nice. So let's go ahead and give this a quick shuffle, and we'll go ahead and ask your question. after I answer your question, I'll pull a couple extra cards to kind of see where it's heading to. You're absolutely welcome. Okay, Roxy, I want you to give me a number between 1 and 5. 4. Got it. All right. Woohoo! Good start. Ace of Pentacles. We got the Queen of Swords, the Six of Swords in reverse, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. So let's go ahead and analyze this here real quick. The first thing, what I usually do is I try to look at the like the evens and odds in terms of yes and no. Now, we don't want to get discouraged if it happens to be yes, no, or in between. And the question here, just want to know if money is coming. So there's a possible no, because I think what it's looking at in terms of answering your question in direct, because I think you're kind of looking for a particular figure of some sort that's coming in your direction. I feel that you have like, I wouldn't say personal debts and stuff like that, but you definitely need some stability, right? And it's funny that we're saying this because we have here the Ace of Pentacles here, the Queen of Swords, and the Six of Swords here to the right. And then on top of that, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is right here telling me that you're not necessarily going to be getting a large financial boost with what you're seeing here. And you see you need a new car, which is why you need that new money, right? The Ace of Pentacles. And that's kind of where I got that idea. Now, what I see here is that it's really actually coming down to managing your money. I think you kind of mismanaged your money for maybe for the past couple months in a way. Probably some unexpected expenses that probably popped up, and even though you're trying to, save money, it just seems to kind of like hemorrhage out of your pocket for some reason. And I wouldn't say it also like burns a hole out of your pocket, but when you really see something, you're like a person with a squirrel or a shiny object, like, I gotta have it, right? And you just itch, and then you start thinking about it, right? So, ooh, you helped your brother and he lied to you. That's really tough. So, but yeah, that's part of the unexpected expenses that you probably had to deal with. But with the Queen of Pentacles, that's what I got, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here. So let's look at the other 3 cards that I pulled out from the number 4 that you have here. We have the Hangman in reverse, the Star, and the Page of Wands. All these are actually in reverse. So what does actually, let me just kind of show this to you here real quick. All right. So what I'm seeing here, I mean, it does kind of correlate a little bit with your deceit. That seems to be kind of the forefront because that's probably happened like really, really recently. But I've seen here some type of well, on his part, I also see some mishandling here. I'm not exactly sure why this actually has to be said to you, because I think you're kind of wondering, well, I gave him this money, but like, what really happened to that money? And I think he kind of mismanaged it himself as well. I mean, with the Hangman in reverse, along with the Star card here, I think he kind of he just needed something for his own personal gain, and then he like started to, I don't know, spend it on himself perhaps. Especially with the Page of Wands, I kind of sense like a selfishness of some sort. So yeah, uh, you should probably let go because I'm also feeling like a really huge resentment right now. I mean, it's obviously in your chat here, but uh, the reason why that money is not coming to you because the laws of attraction is actually abiding to your resentment right now. So in order to flip that around, let's just pull a couple more cards and we'll get to the next question. How can Roxy come over this? So just letting you know, I usually pull the cards from the middle of the deck, right? It's randomly, and I'm always twisting the deck around so I can make sure I get proper cards. I'm still getting a lot of reversals here. I feel this is going to be kind of a very big challenge for you. We have the Empress here, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. You're not going to like this. You need to find a place to forgive him. I know you don't like it, but because of this, it drained you. That's something like this has happened. You need to kind of do like a forgive and forget kind of thing, right? You can forgive him, genuinely love him. Okay, and you're probably like, I don't want to fucking love that dude. I want to take like this crystal and shove it in his eye or something like that, right? So, but you do need to forgive him, but never forget. So this is definitely going to be a lesson learned. Yeah, see, Eight of Cups in reverse. You're getting all these reversals right now, and especially with this being an Eight of Cups, you know, again, we're talking about like your emotions right now. Your emotions are out of whack. It's incomplete. You need to find closure in that, and the only way you can actually get some closure in it is to really just kind of, you know, you can actually talk to him like, look, brother, I don't want to argue with you. I don't need you to pay me back. Take the money, but I'm never going to loan to you again. Okay, I love you. Best wishes to you, but I'm never going to loan to you again. And I'm sorry if I said the words that you don't want to hear, which is don't pay me back, because honestly, you're not. I don't think you're going to save that money. I don't see any sense of him trying to actually pay that back. This is actually going to be a bullet that you're going to have to bite and just kind of like deal with the losses for now. And then we'll set you back a little bit, but with you focusing on, you know, with you closing this door, the laws of attraction will then provide for what you really want, which is your car. So, sorry, that's not really what you want to hear, but I hope it kind of does bring some clarity into the mess that you're in currently right now. You're very, very welcome. All right, everybody, for those of you who just joined me, I am taking random questions right now. So next person who could post their first name, their sign, and the question, I'll go ahead and take your question right now. If you're doing like a couples with another person, make sure you include their first name along with their sign as well. Thank you very much, Roxy. I really appreciate that. It's been a while. It's been a long, long while because I've actually was with Indigo Mermaid. If you actually search her Indigo Mermaid TV on YouTube, we're actually doing a collaborative zodiacs on a daily basis, and yeah, so it follows there. And this is actually the first time in a very, very long while since I actually did full-on reads. All right, Monica, thank you very much for your question. Let's take a look what you got here. How can I, Scorpio, help my best friend Aeneas? I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Aeneas, who's a Libra, oh, Libra, nice, to get better. Our friendship has been in the dumps lately. Not exactly sure what you meant by 10. Maybe you guys have been together for 10 years. Is that what you probably meant with that? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this here. So how can Monica the Scorpio help out her best friend, the Libra, Aeneas the Libra? He's an excellent reader. We have a lot of fun together. If you ever see us together doing reads, like we always joke around a lot. Okay, give me 1 second here. Just gotta send a link to somebody real quick. All right. Anybody let me know if you happen to see in the description. I put a link of a restream link in there to see if anybody wants to join me. And if you do decide to join me, you can ask a question, and we can actually talk live in regards to the tarot reads, and it's free. Just something I want to try out. All right. So, how can the Scorpio help the Libra out in regards to renewing their friendship, or at least helping out with their friendship? Let's take a look. Well, so first of all, I have the Moon, the Two of Swords, and a Three of Cups in reverse. I'm getting a sense here that there's some type of blockage of some sort. I think somebody has been, either you or the friend, most likely the friend, probably hasn't been communicating enough to you, and you probably sensed something from your friend, like, hey, what's wrong? And the friend's like, nothing's wrong. And then you probably had like some sort of fallout, like maybe an argument. I'm not exactly sure what it's about. It could be in regards to some relationship issues, perhaps, because I have the Two of Swords here, and usually Two of Swords kind of relates to like a clashing of type relationship. Maybe the two of you, friendship relationship, or maybe you argue about somebody else's thing, and they're just like, oh, like, you need to mind your own effing business kind of thing, right? So it's gonna be kind of tough. Somebody actually kind of needs to kind of break the ice, because it seems that both of you are sort of like at this, not really a crossroads, but you're sort of like in this gateway, and you both are standing there at the gateway, but one of you are kind of waiting to kind of pass through. It's almost as if someone needs to make the move for not necessarily an apology, but it kind of feels like it. Like, for example, you kind of step forward and say, hey, look, I really don't know what the issue is just yet, but this is kind of how I see it. Like, you step forward, like, hey, look, you're my best friend, and I really don't want anything in between us. I'm not exactly sure what I said, but I can understand if it hurt your feelings or whatever the case may be. Let's go grab a bite to eat. And then the person's probably like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. And they might take it as an apology, when it's really not. So 10 months plus. Okay, so you guys were together for 10 months in a friendship. So we got Nine of Swords here, Six of Swords. There's been a lot of talking between the two of you here. And we got the Star card. So yeah, I do see a sense here. I think that both of you are kind of ready for, I think both of you are kind of looking to possibly get into, back into the swing of things. But as far as like, how you guys can do it, I don't know. Like, for some reason, I'm just getting the sense here that somebody needs to kind of step forward. It's not necessarily how you can help the relationship. I think just somebody needs to kind of make the first move, and it could possibly be you. Seeing that you're a Scorpio, I mean, I do have one, we got the Libra too, which is the air sign too. The Libra is kind of like weighing in the possibilities kind of thing. Because the problem about Libra is that they tend to overanalyze situations, right? And therefore, if you try to approach them, and like trying to fix the relationship between the two of you, they just might think like, oh, why, like, why are you here? Like, what is exactly do you need? And you're just like, I don't need anything. I just wanted to talk to you. So that's like a challenge you have to kind of overcome. There might be a sense of hesitance from the Libra in terms of you approaching this friendship again. It looks like that maybe the Libra is actually kind of content at the moment. You might want to give it just a little extra time before you really start trying to mend things. Because I have here the Four of Swords, the Five Wands, and the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is really kind of telling me that there's a little bit of a warning here that you have to kind of like tread water just very, very gently if you're really trying to get back with the friendship here. You're talking to your mom. That's okay. We all talk to our moms, right? But yeah, I see here though, if you do, happen to approach your friend, there might be a little bit of blockage there, and it might just kind of make things a little bit worse than helpful. So moving forward, real quick, let's get a couple cards here to move forward and see, let's just say like in the next 3 months, what can you do, right? We got some more reversals here. It might probably because of retrograde or something, but we have the Ten of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. Just give it some time. You are pursuing it quite hard. As a matter of fact, I think you probably took it harder than your friend did. You're probably kind of bleeding at the heart a little bit. Makes you a little bit uneasy because I don't think you like having bad blood between the two of you. But right now, just give some space. There'll be a time when you both will actually be talking to each other, but it's gonna be very, very short bursts of conversation, just like, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm okay. And then it just kind of falls silent. Just let it be. It'll reboot eventually, okay? As far as time-wise, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not really good at telling time, but if I'm really actually to kind of, dig deep in my feelings, I did mention 3 months. Try seeing what happens after the 3 months. I mean, there might be some type of event or spark to kind of get you to kind of communicate with each other. So rest assured, the person does. I think the person does miss you. Based on what I'm seeing here at the bottom of the deck here, I have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel that you guys probably did a lot together, had a lot of adventures, and that's sorely missed right now. But just kind of let it, give it some time. Like the words of Mariah Carey, love takes time, right? When you're to heal when you're hurting so much. So gotta give it a little bit of time, a little bit of patience. I know 10 months is kind of a decent friendship. Just kind of again, give it time. That's all I can really say about that right now. Okay. All right, let's see here. So I'm gonna be picking up the next one here. Okay, Lulu, Virgo. How are my finances looking for the rest of the year? Okay. For you, let's switch over to Everyday Tarot. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Mariah fan, but that's kind of one of my favorite songs from her. You're quite welcome, Lulu. And Lulu, give me a number between 1 and 5, please. Hello, Candy. 3, you got it. All right, how will the Virgo's finances be looking for the rest of the year? Thank you, Mrs. Grell. Well, I do see financially that there's going to be some I mean, I wouldn't say like financial obligations, but I do see something a little bit here of expenditures with the Eight of Cups. You have the Hermit here in reverse, the Lover's card, the Eight of Cups, and then the Four of Pentacles, which is actually interesting because uh, they're being in reverse, the Four of Pentacles, that kind of shows me that you might be like letting loose of the money here, which is actually okay because with you kind of spending a little bit of money, it seems here that you'll actually still be in a comfortable position. So I don't see too much of a surplus actually happening. I just kind of see it more of, hey, things are going to be okay. I probably spend a few things. It might have hit my pocketbook a little bit, but things will actually be kind of evened out. So it's almost like breaking even when you go to the casino kind of thing. But I do see it being stabilized. And looking at the other two cards within the three that you asked for, we have the King of Cups and the Page of Wands both upright here. So there's definitely stability that's going to be happening with you financially. I think you've been kind of looking around for new opportunities, perhaps. Maybe just kind of searching to see, hey, can I, maybe do a not really much of a second job, but what's like out there in the market, kind of thing. And I don't think you really need to do that. You can if you want to. Maybe pick up like maybe somewhat of a second job of some sort, but. I do still see here that you're going to be, somewhat stable. I do see a little bit of spending, things like that, and let's see what happens if you were to actually pursue a new job. So let's see here, because I think that's kind of one of your fears right now. If you do pursue a job, like how will that financial stability hold? Because you're kind of dependent on what you have right now, because things kind of work. And well, I mean, it's actually kind of good. I have King of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands in reverse. So, if you have another job in sight or you're putting a resume out there, by all means, go ahead and do it. I mean, it actually wouldn't really hurt to do it anyway. Just kind of see, because it doesn't necessarily mean like if they hire you, or if they call you for an interview that you're immediately hired, you have to actually accept the position and don't sell yourself short. Okay. I do sense some confidence in you and your skills, so there's like no problem there. You think the job is off the table at the moment? Okay, that makes sense. But still, I still see it here that you have the King of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles still applying to this. You still have some stability. Okay, and if you were, and I'm just asking, like, if you were to be looking for another job, the cards are actually looking pretty good if you ever decide to pursue something. Okay. All right. What are you talking about, Gro? Okay. All right. So, next person. Your name, your sign, your first name, your sign, and the question, please. And if you're asking for like a relationship question, go ahead and provide that person's first name as well as their sign. First come, first serve. And if you want to, use the link below. If you want to join me in chat, we can talk together. As a matter of fact, if anybody wants to test with me right now, that link, I just want to see how it works. I never really tried it yet before on this. So if anybody wants to join, go ahead and click that link. I want to see how that works on here. Grell, even though I know who you are, can you please provide your first name and your sign, please? That way we keep it consistent with the chat. As a matter of fact, why don't you join me on the video chat? Use the link, use the Restream link below in my description, and join me. Aquarius. And you don't want to join me in this live stream, Mr. Johnny Boy? I think it'll be very interesting if you do. I dare you to. Because I know who you are. I dare you to, unless you're chicken. I mean, I can get it if you don't want to, if you don't want to do it, because you're scared. Yeah, I thought so. You don't want to show that stunning face. All right. So, is Rudy? Let's see here. Does your ex really still miss you? You have 8, 2, and 4. Definite yes. I don't know. It just seems that maybe he might have contacted you recently, because with the I have here the ace. Excuse me, the ace. The 2 of Swords, which is kind of a duality here, which also means that he probably tried to reach out to you a couple times. Probably even said along the lines like, I'm incomplete without you, kind of thing. Because we have here the 8 of Cups here, where hence why he's talking about being incomplete, along with the 4 of Swords here in reverse. So there's a lot of Swords here with 1 of Cups cards, and I'm seeing here that I wouldn't say he's losing sleep. I think he's definitely been on his mind. That kind of made him go into a daydream of some sort. Let's kind of look this into deeper. Should you pursue it again, right? Because if you're interested to see if he misses you, what would it be like if you were to kind of pursue each other again? 2 of Cups in reverse, the Page of Swords, and the Magician. Well, it'll be a short-lived. It'll be kind of a short-lived. Kind of. Let's see. What question is that? Oh, mean like a follow-up question? Yeah, it is random, so I'm going to pick somebody else after this. But moving forward, if you were to actually kind of pursue him, it'll be short-lived. I think it'll be kind of like a honeymoon phase in a way, because we have the Magician here, but then the other 2 cards we have is the Page of Swords and the 2 of Cups in reverse. So eventually, after you've kind of got together, you're going to learn. Like he's gonna some things have changed, but you're gonna learn some of his new issues, which is going to kind of like make you unattracted to him again. So, and I kind of see maybe like 2, maybe 3 months after kind of maybe talking to each other, you're probably going to have like this this weird feeling in the gut, and you kind of want to follow that. And it's okay to kind of talk to him, I guess, if you really want to go down that route. But yeah, if you pursue it. I don't really see much of a relationship actually kind of forming out of that one. Sorry. All right. Okay, so I'm going to switch to my next deck here. Mystic Mondays. So, next random question. I need first name, the sign, your sign, the question, and if it's involving another person, make sure you provide their name and their sign all in one question, please. That way I don't miss any details. So all in one question, your name, the other person's name, both of your signs, and the question, please. Magda, if you can retype your question, please put it all in one chat. That would be really helpful for me, please. Okay, so we have the next question here. My name is Vanessa Libra. Will Adakis, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, Adakis, who's a Virgo, and I mend our friendship advice? And Magda, I'll get to your question uh, right after that one. Okay. So, Vanessa, the Libra, will you both mend your friendships together? And I'll pull a couple of cards for your advice as well. Also, be kind to me. Grell happens to be the moderator. He has the keys to the kingdom, sort of. Okay, we have 14, 4 of Swords, and 6, the Lovers. So to answer your question, if you're giving a straight yes or no, will your friendship actually mend? Looks like a straight hard yes. I do see here that both of you, I don't know, like maybe the friendship has been off a little bit for a long while, and I do see a little bit of communication maybe forming very soon. I'm not sure if it's an exact full dropout, but I do see some strong communication in your coming your way. The Temperance here, though, is warning me that emotions are still kind of high between the two of you. Just make sure you tread lightly on this. Make sure that you keep your emotions both in the like you keep your body and spirit both in the water and on earth. You want to be able to be empathetic and also grounded at the same time, because I feel that on your part that you I feel that you have a problem with boundaries a little bit, and maybe you might have let this friendship probably kind of trample all over you. Not all over you, but like you kind of maybe hit a spot that you kind of could have done without, kind of thing. Like you probably have like, oh, I really don't like what you said there, and your attitude's been really horrible lately, towards me, but you haven't really acted upon it. You just kind of let it happen because you're just happen to be friends, kind of thing, right? And then that's when the fallout kind of happened. We have 6 of Wands here, the Ace of Cups, and the 5 of Cups, and these are all in reverse here. So, like I said, I do see, both of you kind of coming together in a very short period of time. It's not going to be like a super high reunion or anything, but I feel like that when you guys actually, there's going to be a point to where both of you will start to talk, but then you'll be like, it'll kind of just kind of gradually grow from that point. So it won't be like a night and day transition. It'll just be kind of like, you'll talk a little bit, you'll talk a little bit. You won't really discuss the problem too much. It'll just kind of get buried. And I feel that maybe that's what your actually, that's kind of what you probably want to do. You kind of want to bury it, where the Virgo probably wants to talk about it more. But the Virgo will actually kind of let it go. It will get buried. You guys won't talk about it too much in terms of like why you guys fell out. But I do see that it's going to take some time, like a progression, for you to, to really get things back to 100%. We have here the Star card, the Five of Pentacles. So yeah. And the Eight of Cups, and with the Eight of Cups here, time is coming down. Yeah, closure is definitely important too. You're absolutely right on that. But in some cases, some people just kind of like let it bury, and then probably don't really address it, which can be good or bad. It really all depends on the relationship and how things go. Maybe even eventually down the road you might be able to address it, but just not now, especially when you start to kind of get back together in terms of like your communication with your friend. Okay. But I do see a strong yes, though, that you'll be mending your friendship. All right, Christina, thank you very much. All right, Magda, you are up next. Let's see here. You are a Scorpio, Magda. His name is Eugene Aries. What be with us now? So I'm assuming like, what is going on with your relationship, or how is your relationship going to continue? Can you elaborate just a little bit on that, please? Like, what did you mean by that? Where is the relationship going between you, the Scorpio, and the Aries? Interesting, Scorpio and Aries. You guys are kind of having like a steamy relationship, I feel like. Kind of probably started off physical a little bit before emotional. Is it something serious? Yeah. Let's go ahead and ask the next. Again, I feel that's kind of an emotion, not emotional, but more of a physical connection between the two of you before emotional. Especially like like bow bow bow, like that's kind of where it's kind of at, and you're kind of like, well, yeah, the bow 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 is kind of good, but how about the emotional side, right? Give me a number between 1 and 3, please. Yes, ew, emotions, and Grell just happens to be lacking any emotion anyway. All right, 2. Scorpio. Okay, that's right. Double checking here. Okay, so it's kind of hard to show this. I kind of did like a little mini love spread here. I have kind of I drew a couple cards to see what are you both thinking right now, and I'll draw a couple more cards to see where it's going to go. And the 2 cards, because you asked for 2, the 2 cards that I pulled here was to kind of help you determine who you are. And for your partner, I have here the 10 of Wands, and for you, the Ace of Pentacles. So, excuse me here. definitely on his mind, being the Aries, I mean, even though he has the Lover's card and the Seven of Swords on his side. Now, even with the Lover's card, doesn't mean that he's like super in love with you. But I do see some definite emotions building here. However, though, he's not really good at showing or even communicating those emotions to you. Hence, why we have these Seven of Swords here. He's sort of like I don't know. I think he's kind of like, to me, it just seems like he's going with the flow, but he's kind of seeing also almost like you. Like, where's this really going? Because on your side over here, I have the Moon card and the King of Pentacles, so you definitely know what you want, right? But you're on the verge of not just frustration, but you're also kind of like um, um, waiting at the gates for him or her, whoever it is, right? I mean, it's actually him. So, um, but you are waiting for at the gates for him. But you know exactly what you want, and you're kind of wanting to go to that extra level now. With you being the Ace of Pentacles, like I said, you kind of want to start that new thing, but you kind of want to find like a new type of attraction to him. You kind of want to go beyond that. And you're older. Hey, not bad, right? But and that kind of makes sense a little bit because if he's actually younger than you, that would kind of make sense why he kind of probably steps back a little bit because he's probably not too sure what's going on, perhaps. But because with the Ten of Wands here, he is kind of putting some good work into, you know, I mean, it is a kind of relationship between the two of you right now, but it's not a committed or official relationship between the two of you, right? So I'm getting here like so close yet so far kind of thing. Like he he seems to know what he wants, but not really. Does he really want to stay single, or does he want to be committed, kind of thing? And I think he might have talked to you about this. Like you both probably had this conversation, and he's probably just like, "Well, I don't know. I just kind of like let's just like take things slow." And he always seems to kind of say that, "Let's take this, like, babe, let's just take things slow." Like he kind of talks like that a little bit to kind of get off the subject. Like it seems like he doesn't really want to talk about that subject either because it makes him really uncomfortable. Underneath this, we have here the Princess of Wands in reverse. Underneath yours, we have here the Ten of Cups, which is really interesting because, like I'm telling you right now, that you're ready for this, and you have the Ten of Cups, and it seems like you can actually provide a lot to him. Um, he is actually putting some good work into the relationship, which is actually pretty decent. I think that right now you need to kind of like, I don't know, just kind of continue doing what you're doing right now. Uh, he doesn't want to let you go, and that's good. You know that he kind of, that's the case. You know, he's really attracted to you. Like I said, like we have the lovers card right here, so he's really into you, but he's not really communicating a whole lot in terms of what he wants to do in this relationship. Let's kind of see here, like moving forward. You know, to your actual question, like, are we going to be moving forward, or like what's going to be ahead of the two of you, right? Wow, this is actually very interesting. So I pulled the Queen of Wands for him, which are actually reversed, but but he also has the Knight of Cups upright. With you, you have the Seven of Pentacles, but you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like the roles are going to be kind of a little bit reversed a little bit in terms of like who's kind of going after who. Um, and I don't mean this in a way like he's, that you're chasing him. It just seems that he's going to start probably talking more relationship to you eventually than you to him. Because with the Knight of Cups here, paired with the Queen of Wands, I think he's going to start feeling um, this forlonging sensation to be with you even further. I do kind of sense here a little bit of jealousy, perhaps on his part. Like he doesn't want to be jealous anymore, so he's just going to come to the conclusion, like, well, if I'm not going to be jealous, then I need to fucking like do my thing here. I need to show some commitment, and maybe take it to the next level to where we can actually start being official. You, on the other hand, you're just kind of sheepish a little bit about it. Like, you still hang on to the goal that you'd actually like to be together, but you kind of sheepishly kind of like you're kind of like, oh, you're jealous. I haven't noticed, right? I think you kind of play that a little bit sometimes with him, because with the Queen of Pentacles here, you do have a way of giving really good emotion, right? But you kind of do like a little tease with it. Like you kind of like think of it as almost as if like you know, hey, you know what? We're all adults here. Think of it as almost if you're giving him a really hot blowjob, and all of a sudden, right before climax, you're like, "Oh, hold on a second. I have to go get a drink of water. I'm a little thirsty." And he's like, "Babe, like, what are you doing? Those are so good." I'm like, "Yeah." You're like, "Yeah, I know, but electrolytes." like you kind of play that a little bit. I'm not saying that's exactly what you do, but you do kind of play a little bit sheepish with him. So you kind of know how to kind of reel him in a way, and then you kind of like, as soon as he gets to you and and he starts to about to hug you, you're kind of like, "Oh, hun, I gotta, like, let me get some rest here real quick. I love you." And then he's like, "Oh man, like how am I gonna get closer to her? How am I gonna this is gonna happen later on. Like you're gonna sense the fact that he's getting a little bit closer to you, and then you're gonna be like, yeah, you kind of sense it, but you'll be like, yeah, I got this kind of thing, right? And like we're gonna play with this just a little bit. So it's gonna be all fun games a little bit. I don't think anybody's gonna get hurt by doing that, but it will make him a little bit more jealous and actually kind of pursue you even further, and actually kind of make the relationship a little bit stronger. As far as actually making it like an official monogamous relationship, that probably won't happen until later down. So I kind of see like the bond between you actually growing. It's just as far as like saying like we are exclusive to each other, that's not going to happen within the short future here. I see kind of like a little bit longer distance with that right now. Okay. At the bottom of the deck for you, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. It is in reverse right now, which is kind of conforming to the fact that, just make sure that you understand his feelings too. Don't believe that you're just the only one that kind of wrapped and around the finger kind of thing. Like, kind of play equal between the two of you. Okay. So, yeah, I think it's actually a pretty healthy relationship between the two of you. Cool. All right. I'm going to let my mod, Grell, choose the next question. So he's going to be looking for a full question all in one chat, your name, your sign, and the question, and then he's going to let me know who to pick as I try to re-center myself and re-energize. All in one chat, everybody. It has to be all in one single chat. First name, sign, the question, and then I'm going to have Grell choose the question for me. Jenny G. Okay. Does this new person like me? His name is Samuel. He's a Taurus, and I'm a Leo, and your name is Jenny. All right. All right, I'm gonna switch to a different deck here real quick. I'm switching to my Gate Tarot, which is actually a really cool, awesome deck. Very beautiful deck, as I'd like to add to. Okay, I'm sorry, my allergies here. So, because the Mystic Mondays is kind of acting kind of weird when I shuffle it, so I'm going to let it reboot here for a second. And I think I'm going to probably do maybe 2 more questions after this, and I'm going to have to log off. Because I've already been on this, I think, for a little over an hour now. All right. Does this new person like me, which is Samuel the Taurus, liking the Leo? Ace of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Coins. Interesting. So just to kind of show you what this looks like here. So this is what the cards actually look like right here. Okay. We have 2 evens, 1 odd. Both of them are 10s. So there's a possible yes to this answer, right? I don't see it being so much as like I'm super attracted to this person so much in terms of what you're looking for. But I do see a new type of newfound appreciation for each other. Hence why I have the 10 of Coins, right? So there's definitely going to be some type of new relationship, but not a type of loving relationship between the 2 of you, like a romantic one at least. That's going to probably come over time, but it's going to be a very long while. You have a lot. I mean, the person does like you and stuff like that, but he's going to take his time and just be prepared for that. Because look, we have here the 10 of Wands here, right? And though, like, it will challenge him on his feelings for you, I think, and he still has a ways to go. But you know, you can actually kind of maybe speed it up a little bit because you have the Magician here, right? The the Ace of Swords here, and you're a fabulous talker. As a matter of fact, you could probably sell snake oil if you could. But I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. Like you're probably able to kind of communicate to him and keep a good, solid conversation. And I think he's gonna like that. Further looking into this, though, I do see some major compatibility between the 2 of you. He's still trying to figure out like who you are in terms of like the kind of fun things you do together. Will you guys like it and stuff like that? But you do have here the 8 of Cups along with the 3 of Cups here. So I do see some type of adventure and as well as some good times between the 2 of you. So in short, yeah, I do see him liking you, but probably not liking you the way how you want it to be. I mean, there is probably a little bit of attraction there, but it's not going to develop anytime soon. Give it some time. But you will notice maybe a little bit of flirting kind of things. So don't like act upon the flirting. It's like, oh, he just sent me like a like he just touched my shoulders, but that he must like me. Like no, like soak it in, absorb it, and just kind of like file it in the back of your head just for now, right? So just kind of, take it nice and slow. And if this is a person you really truly feel, dig deep. See if this is somebody you actually want to pursue, okay? And let's see if this is somebody you should pursue. Give me a yes or no. Should she pursue this Taurus? Well, we got 14, 5, and 2, which is the So it's actually I think you should develop the friendship at least. It seems that the both of you, like I said, you guys are compatible here, and you guys will probably work well with each other. With the Temperance card here, you do have the 5 of Swords, so there's still a lot to learn about each other. If you want to kind of get on his good side, do some competitiveness with him. Show him like for example, I'm not saying you guys like this or not, but beer pong. Maybe you're at a bar or something, or you're doing like a Friday night get together of some sort, and you kind of play coy with him, like, hey, look what I got, like, you can't beat me in beer pong, and he's gonna take it as a challenge, and you guys will actually have a connection right there to have a good time. So, and in other words, let's not take it too seriously. Just have fun with it, okay? So that's what I have for you with that one, and good luck. Okay, we're gonna take 2 more questions here. I'm gonna let my mod choose for me the question. No, I didn't mean snake venom. No. So the next question, Candle. Do I have any love interest coming in? Candace the Aquarius. And I'm going to continue using the Gay Tarot deck. One of my favorite tarot decks so far. So easy to shuffle. And such a beautiful deck, too. You never heard the term selling snake oil? The term selling snake oil means that because snake oil is sort of like a bum product. Like it used to be back in the day where they say, "Oh, buy this hair tonic; it'll help you grow hair," right? And I think actually the origins of snake oil, I think it was actually because it was actually they sold it as oil from snake to help you with hair. I can't remember the story behind it because that's where the term selling snake oil, because people bought the product assuming that it was actually going to help them remedy whatever the issue that was sold on. And so obviously we can't do that now. We can't say, oh, this is going to cure cancer, right? But that's the term selling snake oil, meaning that I can sell you a POS car until it's brand new. Pretty much. That's kind of like selling snake oil. Okay, so Candy, you are my candy girl, and I got me wanting you. Oh, pour little sugar on me, honey. Actually, how does that song go? Sugar, honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. All right, so do one more shuffle here. Okay, Candace, the Aquarius. Will she have any love interests coming in? Let's give it a 3-month radius here. Possible, yes. It seems that you're curious about it, but you're not really fully expecting it. From what I'm gathering for this, I have here the 9 of Coins, right? Along with the Sage of Wands, also known as the King of Wands, and the 4 of Cups, and these are all in reverse. But that kind of tells me that maybe you're not fully interested in getting into love just yet, but you're kind of like feeling that forlonging, that feeling like you could probably use a little bit of companionship, perhaps. Maybe even a friends with benefit kind of thing might help you out. But as far as love interest, it's a kind of a possible yes. I just kind of see it that if when you do meet somebody, you might actually kind of wear your heart on your sleeve a little bit. You might be actually kind of the biggest talker, as a matter of fact, between the two of you. Do you have a thing about like, I wouldn't say like not knowing your boundaries, but maybe it's like sometimes you don't know when to stop. Like for example, maybe a topic of something like dogs come up, and then you all of a sudden you can go on for hours like talking about dogs, right? And not realize that, oh shit, I just talked a whole fucking 2 hours about dogs on our date. Did I just like bore my date here? Like, I think that's kind of what might happen with you sometimes. Um, so make sure you realize that you kind of have a little bit of a filter there. Because you're probably going to say like, "Oh, I don't really talk a whole lot," but I think you kind of do. You probably don't realize it, and like especially if a topic does, um, not really what, not really what like you don't talk or you do talk. I'm really curious now because I do see like when a very interesting topic comes up, you're like, oh, really? And then also you kind of like try to find a way to kind of talk about it more because you're super stoked and you're super into it. You are blunt. See, I told you. Okay, so let's kind of look further into this. Actually, this would make this a little bit interesting. Um, let's see if you were to meet somebody in the next 3 months. Oh, so you have no filter. Exactly, like I was just saying right now. If you're to meet this next person in 3 months, who is it? A water sign with air rising? If I was to choose one, see, there's, huh? Let's see who this water sign is. Interesting. I'm actually getting all fire signs at the moment, so I could be wrong about that. Um, so my cards here says, well, actually, here's the thing. This is what it could be. This could be a fire sign with water, moon, air rising, right? This is probably what it is. Um, because the reason why I say this because check this out. I just got all three fire sign cards here: the Leo, the Aries, and the Sagittarius. I picked this randomly, and you love my hat. It's actually a magnet, so I like to customize the hat a little bit. But yeah, I like to wear it a lot to kind of show my nerdiness. I love Star Trek. Um, but yeah, it's really interesting. And then we have a Uranus card and a Gemini card. And what did I just say? A water sign, water, moon, air rising. What? Like this is insane. Like this is so cool. Like the Uranus can actually be affiliated to water signs. Especially or not water signs, but yeah, water signs. And here's the thing: but we have like all the fire signs here, so it's going to be definitely a fire sign that you might actually meet with the air rising to Gemini. So this person's going to be very outgoing, kind of thing. It might even be the fact that he might be very passionate, kind of like really cute in bed, but yeah, I think this would be a really good, a really interesting match. So, good luck on that. Like I said, it won't be really much of a love, but I think it might be kind of more like a friends with benefit kind of thing. So, oh, sugar, exactly. You're gonna pour that sugar. I'm gonna make your life so sweet. Hey, 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 pour a little sugar on me. Oh yeah. All right, so I'm actually having a lot of fun right now. I actually might do a couple more questions. Um, let's see here. Uh, next question, please. Grell. And you like that you're diabetic? That's interesting. All right, so Grell, let me know. Tabitha? Okay, Tabitha, what was your question? I need your help finding your question here. Can you like copy and paste your question, or at least retype it? You posted it. I understand you posted it, but it's really hard for me to search for it though, because there's a lot of chat happening here. So if you don't mind, I'll give you a little time. Ooh, that's a pretty tough one. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Cancer sign. Well, okay. Oh, thank you so much for posting that, Candy. I really appreciate you doing that. So, you're a Cancer sign. You want to know if it'll be in your favor on Monday in court. Let's pull. We'll pull 5 cards in this one. This would be beyond a yes and no question here. So, we have two of wands, devil card. Don't worry, devil card doesn't mean bad. The 6 of swords, the strength, and the emperor. 15. We have 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we're actually getting some really interesting ones. So here's the thing. I have a lot of reversals here. I'm looking at the numerology of it. The numerology actually kind of says pointing to possible yes. They're not all evens, though. The only thing, though, is that it's really going to challenge you. I'm not exactly sure what this is all about. Does it have to do something with an X of some sort? Tabitha? A restraining order. Oh, wow. So it must be about an X. I just now read that just now. So let me know if that is exactly what it is. Yeah, and holy crap. There's a possible yes to this, right? So I feel that this. Here's the thing, and this is actually the weird part of it. Directly in the middle. Is it in the middle or is it the? Well, it's actually not really dead center in the middle, but I am getting a balancing effect. I feel that maybe this restraining order is partially justified, but it's also some logic behind it that where it could have probably been dealt with without a restraining order, without the issue, right? So he filed one against me for revenge. I hired an Addy to lift it. It's been sick. See, and that's the thing. I just said like there's a balancing thing. Like it was unjustified, right? I just got through saying it's unjustified, and but some of it feels like it could have been resolved, you know, without litigation. So it seems to me that uh, see, this is kind of hard. Uh, Even though its signs are kind of pointing to yes, it really all depends on how you present yourself. It really all depends on the energy that you kind of put out. I do see him sort of relaxing a little bit. He's a little bit more grounded because I do have the Emperor card here, which I feel is representing him. And I don't think he feels very uh, uh, like I think he might have probably just slightly felt like he made a mistake. Um, because with you, you're like I feel like that because of this restraining order has kind of prevented you from doing certain things, like goals, for example, um, career wise, things like that, and family and friends. They kind of held this against you. Um, Now, I don't see him being very strong in this case right now. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if you're getting a different judge on this. I mean, probably that's probably what usually happens, but I just feel like that. Uh, it's possible that he might have changed because I don't think obviously you haven't been in communication with him, but I think with you, I think you have some evidence on your part that you've been trying to kind of, do things on your own. I think they're going to ask you some questions in terms of like what you've been doing for the past 6 months, and how you've been holding up. And you're probably going to be like, "Oh, this is what I've been doing." Like I've just been, with my kids, if you have kids, or with my family, just kind of laying low and working on my schoolwork. Like I feel like you're going to have some things that you've been doing that's going to kind of reflect of a person who you are. Um, uh, so you guys see, I'm telling you right now. So I do think that you have a um, pretty good advantage here. Like I said, I think that's going to be in your favor. I think he's going to probably loosen up on his button here in terms of like just saying like I'm cool. Or, she has to try to contact me. You've been behaving yourself. I think you might be bringing a character witness of some sort. I'm not sure if that's even possible, but I feel like that you may have some character witnesses that might even help attest to this that are not even related to you, but kind of, you know, try to help you with this case. So, um, wow, this is funny. I actually pulled up a King of Wands and a Queen of Wands, both in reverse. So I definitely feel that there's, you both are not really into each other, obviously. Um, but I do see here that um, he just kind of wants to be done, you know. And I think if he has his own attorney, and I think yours might do this too, to where he's going to try to say in his own words in a way that if your ex boyfriend doesn't want to deal with you anymore, like he's really actually done, he's going to just drop the case at this point. Like he doesn't, like it's just going to be more money or more issue with him. It's just going to keep on biting him in the butt. And I honestly think that on his side of the family, they probably kind of scolded him a little bit, like what, why the hell did you do this, like why, you know and he's a Sagittarius. Well, that kind of explains it because he loves throwing those arrows, but he's not a really good marksman though. He gets the arrow, he kind of like choom, 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 but he does it with his eyes closed, and he tries to hit the target on a moving platform, and he'll actually convince himself that, oh, I'm actually really good at this. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. So but to answer your question, I think it'll actually kind of work in your favor here. Um, uh, the reason why I say possible, yes, because um, I mean there might be some weird stuff that may be thrown across the court a little bit, or during the litigation, but I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think it's going to be going pretty well for you. So good luck on that. And if you catch me on the next live stream, please come on here, or at least save this video, put it into the chat, let me know what happens. Okay, I'm really actually anxious to know how it goes down. All right. So let's see here, Grell. Do you want to take another question real quick? I'm game. Let's see here. Mrs. Grell. Rosie. What are S feelings towards me? And if you see this connection going, okay, so we're going to give you a couple seconds here to retype that because what I need is your first name, your sign, and the question. And if it's in regards to a love reading of some sort or with another person, please let me know that person's first name and their sign as well. Rose? I need the first name, the sign, and the question. He's Sam. And what is Sam's sign? You don't know his sign? Okay. And you want to know. He's new in your life. Okay. So you want to see what his feelings are towards you. Well, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Star, and the Three of Wands. So we did kind of talk a little bit today with Yvonne Rivas at the Indigo Mermaid. We actually did a Capricorn reading today, and she mentioned about single Capricorns, like what they're going to be dealing with, or at least with me, loosely Capricorns. But I think more for single for you. But with this person in particular, I see potential, but I don't see any forward momentum at this moment. He knows that you exist, but I don't see. Um, ooh, did I freeze? Oh no, I didn't. So I don't see. I mean, I see him that he notices you, but not at that level just yet. Um, we do have the Star here, so I probably say that he could be possibly be interested in you. But if I was to use these numbers to kind of formulate an answer, we have a possible no because I have one odd or two odds and one even. So uh, if he has romantic feelings for you, the answer is no, or at least some attraction to you. The answer is possible no, but he does notice you. And if you see anything a connection going forward, like I said, there is potential there. With the star card that we have here, it can actually be pretty strong. You just have to understand that I feel like that he's in this state right now where he's kind of like in his mind. He's like he probably just got out of I won't say got out of a relationship, but I mean things are kind of fresh in his mind. I feel like something that's kind of raw still. So man, I'm getting all these odds right now for you, or not these odds, but these reversals. Excuse me. We have the 6 of coins, the 7 of coins, and the 9 of cups here. So it's still very, very new. I don't see. And that's actually what Grell was saying right now. It actually makes sense too. You know, his romantic feelings are built through the relationship process. So, which I believe he's actually very correct on that. So, just like the other person I kind of mentioned, it may take time, and it seems like that happens to be everybody because it could be also because of the retrograde that's happening right now. We're actually kind of coming to an end to it too. So, focus more on yourself for now. He's not going to be. You're not going to be in his sight anytime soon. But if you know, continue to kind of, you know, play it gently, talk to him, stuff like that, then I think it'll actually kind of work out okay for the both of you. But to kind of answer your question, it's a possible no in terms of the feelings at this moment. So, all right. So we're at 11:14. I think I could just take one more question here. Random question. Everything has to be in the same chat, not spread apart. Okay, even if you asked your question earlier and also you said, "Oh, I'm a sign," whatever. No, please put it all in one single chat. Your name, the sign, the question, and if you're involving another person with your question, please add their name and their sign as well. It makes it easier for me to find the question or read the question that way because it's kind of hard reading the chat here. OG Mask. Hello, my name is Robert. Where do you see me and Patrick's relationship in the next 3 months? We aren't dating yet. Nice. Okay, Mark. Mark and Patrick. Robert, please give me your sign and Patrick's sign, please. And I'm continuing to use the Gay Tarot deck, which is actually one of my favorite tarot decks. So yeah, Mr. OG, please give me your sign and his sign as well, please. Otherwise, I'm going to have to skip to the next person. You're a Leo, and you don't know his sign, sadly. Okay, no problem. Let's use the zodiac cards to see what his sign is real quick. Let's see what it is. Well, the deck says that your friend Patrick could possibly be an Aquarius. Okay, so this should be interesting. So we'll just call him Aquarius for now. All right, so Robert, the Leo, and Patrick, the Aquarius. Do we see a relationship with these two within the next 3 months? Love is in the air every time I look around. We have the Fool card, 4 of Wands, and the 6 of Coins. There's a possible yes with this one. say it was brand new, right? Yeah, you're not dating yet, and even though you said in the next 3 months, I still feel that maybe like you and him are just kind of in initial stages of talking. Um, like, did you guys just meet recently? And the reason why I ask this because I have a fool's card here, and I feel like the chemistry between the two of you probably clicked, but it just seems that there's something missing here. Um, that you just kind of put your thumb on it. I think so. It's almost as if like we're talking, like we know each other. It's turning out pretty good, like maybe friendship perhaps. But you know, are we going to date? Like, are we going to like be together, kind of thing? Like, I'm not exactly sure if you've already been seeing each other right now. As a matter of fact, um, kind of separated right now. Okay, so that kind of makes sense because with the four of wands here and the nine of and the six of coins and here in reverse, the four of wands just kind of tells me like there's it's like not really complete, right? Like I was kind of like wondering like there's like something weird about this right here, like it's almost as if like you're just not like the communication's not there. Like I was just got through saying this, right? We recently had an argument though. Eee. Wow. Let's pull some more cards on that one. Well, we have the Eight of Coins, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Judgment card in reverse. So again, it falls in line with the possible yes. Was the falling out because of you? I feel like maybe the argument might have been started by you. So yeah, you apologized. That's kind of I was wondering if it maybe got started by you. It's because of both of us. Let's be honest here. It's because of you, huh? Did you call him out on his shit and he got all pissed off? Is that what happened? I'm just kidding. So uh, with the Ace of Swords here in reverse, and we have the Eight of Coins here, I do see some type of symmetry between the two of you. I think that things are not over between the two of you here. But as far as communication, it's going to be kind of like a little bit on the watered down side. A little bit. You're going to have to kind of you're going to have to kind of reboot a little bit between each other because with the Judgment card here in reverse, even though it says Judgment card, it kind of means about like taking a calling to kind of proceed to the next level, and this is not actually happening just yet. But you took it too far with the words. Mm, 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 mm. Robert. I'm sorry, I'm just giving you a good hard time here. But depending, it really kind of depends on your move. And you did say you apologized to him, but like I said, I don't see anything ending between the two of you just yet. If it's going to be within the next 3 months, it probably might happen after the 3 months. That's probably why it's saying possible yes, because it may not happen within the 3 months, but maybe after the next 3 months, it might start developing into something. I didn't know the things he was doing was actually flirting. Wait a second. We have some. Robert, give us some context here, because you kind of opened Pandora's box here. I think Grell is going to need to know what's going to happen here. You're going to make him very interested right now. I'm not interested in the slightest, which is a lie. We both want to know. No, but like, if you don't mind me asking, was it because of jealousy? Like, were you like, was he doing certain things that made you feel that maybe he might have like infidelity issues with you, perhaps, like, or like maybe it just wasn't he wasn't not being monogamous, but just not being true. We'll put it that way, I guess. a lot of reversals here. Holy cow. Freaking retrograde, I'm telling you right now. Well, I haven't seen anything come through just yet. But here's the interesting thing, though. I have the 10 of coins, the 14 revelation, and the 3 of swords in reverse. With the 3 of swords, like because the 3 of swords kind of tells me that he was spending a lot of time with his friends and felt extremely, and you felt extremely jealous. Oh, I see. So it's not fully stable just yet for a full-on relationship within the next 3 months. After 3 months, there's a possibility of it starting up again for you both to kind of rekindle a little bit. With the 3 of swords here in reverse, I feel like the swords are going to fall out of the heart. You're going to bleed out a little bit, but it's going to heal at that point. It's going to hurt. I think he actually might come back with it, like responding to your apology, and he might actually kind of reopen wounds here a little bit. I have a sense. I feel like that he's the type of person that kind of holds a grudge sometimes. Yeah. So it was funny because I was talking about like if you're calling him out on his shit, and then here you are, you're talking about like how you're kind of you're too invested into your feelings about him. So, but in any case, though, my advice to you moving forward, just give us some time right now, because and this seems like the ongoing theme here with a lot of relationship spreads that we're getting here. Time is kind of like the main factor here because we're just coming out of retrograde. You probably had this falling out because of the retrograde, or maybe things are getting harder because of the retrograde. And when it comes into November, you might actually have an easier time to get together and kind of rekindle some things. Because I was doing a reading on people who are loosely together, and I felt like, and I mentioned something about like the balls in your court kind of thing, right? So you sent the apology to him, and now the ball is kind of in his court to kind of come back to you, right? So it's kind of interesting how that kind of falls in place. I did this reading. You can, if you go to the Indigo Mermaid TV here on YouTube, you'll see our Capricorn zodiac read. We did one for singles. We did one for what you call it. I know this is for Capricorns, and you're not anywhere on Capricorns, but it's just like it just kind of seems like the theme. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. It's like the theme of everything right now because of retrograde. But we did Capricorn singles, loosely related, and what you call it, and people who are in a relationship. And we even did one for Aquarius the day before that too. So yeah, give it some time. That's all I can tell you right now. Probably like maybe the next month or so, hit me back on this channel and kind of let me know how things are. We can probably pull additional cards as we get closer, because pulling cards in advance like that, it's kind of hard because these are just a window opportunity. It just kind of helps us get a glimpse of terms of what's happening. But it's up to you to kind of take that information and spin it into maybe a new thread, a new future thread for yourself. Okay, I think that's going to be my last question for now. It's already 11:30. I've been on here for a little over an hour now. But I'd like to thank you all for joining me today, and also thank you to Mrs. Grell here for helping me mod out the room. I will try to come back tomorrow evening. If not tomorrow evening, I'll definitely be here on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time on the Indigo Mermaid TV. Go ahead and search for that right now. Unfortunately, I don't have it in the description, but I will add it in just a second. But subscribe to Indigo Mermaid TV. We're going to do a collaborative zodiac reading for Taurus. And if you want any readings like from the both of us, it will be a $10 donation. But I will also be doing my reads after that, random like few card reads. But if you want something really in depth for the two of us, it's a $10 donation, and we'll definitely be able to do that. And she's very, very talented too. So, in any case, thank you very much all again for joining. Again, my name is Anthony. I really appreciate your time here. I'm never going to hear the end of this. The end of what? Oh, I know why. Thank you very much, Mrs. Grell. All right. Thank you all very much. You all have a good night.